Hello and welcome to Bergkamp Wonderland. We are, up until half-time, we weren't an Arsenal podcast, but at full-time, we're back being an Arsenal podcast. Oh, and what a joy it was, the magnificent Arsenal smashing 4 past a rubbish team. With me tonight, it's our own Egyptian legend. It is Richard. You all right, mate?
How's it going, my man? How are you?
Oh, well, I'm suddenly not deaf in one ear, and I realised there was 2.3 kilos of earwax in this shitty earbud thing. So that, So it's. I hope you didn't say anything then, because I couldn't hear you. I was busy licking my earbud.
I said nothing, mate. It was all good. Don't worry. You can trust me.
Probably for the best. Yes, you haven't been on ABW for a while. You're busy having a job and kids and stuff like that. How dare you? How have you been?
Yeah, not too bad. It has been busy. The return of the short-lived return of grassroots football was keeping me busy. My girls were really starting to just get to grips with the new league, the new division that we were in, and it was
Higher or lower than the last one?
Higher. And then just as we lost our first 2, and then we won the last one 6-5. We were really up. We were blowing. We're doing really, really well. And then it's just all gone, crashed down and stopped again. The girls were absolutely gutted at our last training session on Monday. But I guess it's for the best, and hopefully in a month's time we can get going again. But yeah, it's been good. Just been busy. Can
you get the pirate in to come give him a bit of a pep talk?
I would love to, but I think he was too busy jogging somewhere and getting banned.
Oh, poor old pirate. Not that he even watches these, so fuck him. Right, tonight's game. A little bit about how you thought about how the game went, and a little bit about that. Actually, just how the game went. How you feel about the game before the game and after the game? Because contrasting emotions.
I don't know. I haven't really been on social media all that much, so I haven't seen what the general consensus was, or what the mood of the mob has been pre and post game kind of thing. I didn't actually think we started all that badly. I thought there was a fair bit of zip about us. There was a few bits and pieces where Pepe kept on losing the ball and stuff like that, but I thought we had a bit of energy about us. We certainly were better than we was the week before against Dundalk, how we started really slowly against them. And I was getting annoyed. I was watching it on BT Sport, and Ian Dark, the commentator, he was constantly trying to not belittle us, but try to paint a narrative that Arsenal are struggling here, and trying to get Karen Carney to bite and stuff like that. It was really getting on my nerves, because I don't think we were all that terrible. I don't know about yourself. What you think?
I'm never in a good mood when I see Xhaka, Ceballos, Kolasinac, Mustafi in the team. Ceballos only at the moment. Whenever I see those in the team, I think, oh dear, that has got a sum total of zero creativity. It's like having 4 Denilsons in the team. It's completely pointless, and you knew that straight away. And Molde knew that if they didn't come out and do it, Molde aren't even a good team. They're second in their league. I think they're 26 points behind the leaders, Bodoj Glimit, or some amalgamation of weird words like that. They've won their last 6 games in a row, which I didn't know, and they're unbeaten for quite a while, and they're going to finish runners-up in the group. And, breaking news, we have Sam Roof. Look at that. He's become a member.
Is that you get the Pirates way for that, or something like that? Is that
He has actually become a dirty pirate. He hasn't gone for the budget pirate level. Well, actually, not budget pirate level, is it? It's the dirty pirate one, and so that means he gets an official dirty pirate wave. Are you qualified to give a dirty pirate wave?
I can give an Egyptian wave.
Oh, how does that go?
It was kind of like that. There we go. So it's a double. There we go. You can have that.
Very good. So you are in rare. It's 12 people now have chucked money. What's the currency in Egypt?
Mate, I think it's like Egyptian pound or something like that.
Yeah, good on them.
Yeah.
Unlike the rest of the scumbags who used to have the pound, they've now dumped it for dollary dues. So yes, that he's stuck all that lovely dirty money down your leather breeches, and you can go around and do a special dance. Not that you'll get any of it. No, it's all going in my pants. Anyway, cheers, Sam. He's a long time listener to the show. He's been there a lot. And hello to everyone else who's in there. Oh, there you go. I'm just highlighting the people that are in there that I haven't already. I suppose we should go and say hello to some of these people, wouldn't we? Stuart Shepherd, Phil Macker, Reese Sergru, K-Man's always there, Subsystem, Kaiser Soze in our Twitch, Sam Ruth, K-Man, Avon, and 6121384259983 has and Avon's Sam Ruth is really making the most of it by having his little green symbol. And what's he got next to his name? He has got the red kit from this, probably last season, actually. Couldn't find all the right kits. Oh, it's a truly lovely kit. Rudy Rastos. Hambo Gumble. Now, that's a name that I like the sound of. And Rudy Rastos. Hello to all of you, and especially hello to our newest member, Sam Ruth, who is there you go again. Yeah, so I'm never full of encouragement or joy whenever I see all of those players because they're so negative. It's like I said, it's like playing with so many Denilsons in the team. I just think automatically, well, you've shown no ambition there because our defence is good and our attack is good, but it's just the old ladies in the middle are just going, oh, no, you have it, no, you have it, no, you have it. And they get any further than the halfway line and they have a nosebleed, which is surprising from Ceballos because last season, towards the second half of the season, he was quite an attacking, playmaking midfielder, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's being asked to do something slightly different and play a little bit deeper. I think that a big plus tonight that counteracted all those, as you say, those little mini Denilson 2.0 was Willock. I thought Willock was really, really good tonight again. I thought he was progressive. I thought he was aggressive, and he's one of the few midfielders that will break lines and get himself into the box. I really seriously impressed again with it because I thought Molde. I know they're not the greatest team in the world. I think they're better than people maybe give them credit for, in the sense of like they're really they're technically very good on the ball. They didn't have any outball, so to speak. I was really looking forward to seeing for the first time the FIFA legend that is Mathis Bolly, who is like one of the fastest players ever on FIFA, but he really didn't have all that much about him once he, like say, got the ball. But yeah, Joe Willock, I was very, very, very impressed with him. Very, very impressed.
Could he be the man, the fabled false 10? What did you call it? What did you nickname it?
I didn't nickname anything. No, not me. No.
Oh, I'm sure it was one of our lot trademarked the false 8 or something, or the 8-9 combo.
I like it.
So why do you think Arteta went and used the players that he did? Looking at the lineup, we had Leno in goal. There's no need to play Leno in goal, and then playing Luiz, I suppose, possibly because he's coming back from a bit of an injury. He was good for the first half, pinging the ball all around the place. But I thought there was far too many first-team players or players on their way out of the first team and not enough of the young players in there. Like, we would have loved to have seen Reece Nelson in that game because he'd have turned him inside out, wouldn't he?
He was injured, wasn't he? He's picked up a knee knock. So that's why, yeah.
I knew Smith Rowe wasn't going to play, but I had no idea about that he had a knock. Oh, well, that's understandable. Well, how about why play a central midfield two of Ceballos and Xhaka? Is it because they're no longer considered the starting two of the first team now that it's your mate El Neni and Partey?
I think so, because I think the Egyptian Perlo has come in and absolutely ripped up the script.
Looking for the script, I like that. It's what else did they call them? What did the Egyptian call them?
What, the pharaohs? The papyrus.
That's it. The piece. So say it with that word. Go on.
Yeah, they ripped up the papyrus and absolutely got the Dead Sea Scrolls and rewritten rewritten the was it what's that tablet? The Rosetta Stone. He's rewritten the Rosetta Stone with his fantastic performances.
Oh, and the fact that he's getting a new contract. Oh, well,
I know,
glorious!
mate.
The best Egyptian in the Premier League.
Absolutely, Salah's got nothing on this boy.
Oh, the Egyptian Walcott, no, he's rubbish. Oh, I'm forgetting where we are on this. Go on, carry on.
Yeah, same here, mate. I just thought that I think that they are like I said, Partey and like I said, El Nene's emergence or kind of like Indian Egyptian summer has kind of made, especially Xhaka and a little bit Ceballos, kind of not second fiddle, but not as automatic as they normally were. Yeah, like I think like Xhaka has he's been subbed quite a few times, and now he's not getting the starts in like I say in the big games like against Man United. So I think it was as second team as you could probably have gotten it. Without playing, like I said, a load of absolute under 23-year-olds kind of thing who weren't ready. Because I think Death Row he's only just coming back from an injury, isn't he? So he's probably not really ready for first team action, maybe. Old Emil Smith Rowe. And I said old Reece Nelson, which is such a shame that he's got that knee injury because he looked really, really good against Dundalk last week, and it was I was hoping that he could make another little cameo and get some more minutes under his belt. But he's another one of those guys who just seems to can never get a run of games together for like one reason or another. He can never seem to get a run of games together.
Very true. I've highlighted this from Hambo Gumble, Papyrus over the cracks.
Absolutely fantastic.
Let's break tradition and start answering some questions. Jimmy H, how long are we going to keep flogging a dead horse with Eddie up front? He is terrible. Well, in the Premier League, I think it's 28 games and 4 goals. A lot of these are sub games, and in the Europa League, I think it's 10 games. And did he score tonight? I don't think he did he?
No.
So it's 10 games and 1 goal. Yeah, because I think tonight would have been ideal for someone like Lacazette, who is he's not done bad, but we needed the goals because now we've got 9 points. Dundalk have lost all 3 of their games, so they're out of it. Molde have got 6, we've got 9, 1 more win, and then you will see all of the kids. You'll probably see the under-18s playing in this competition because I know we get money for wins and and draws and stuff, but yeah, how much longer?
I'm not quite sure. I mean, I would have liked to have seen Bellerin. That was the one player from the squad that when I saw this, because normally when I see the team come up, I kind of try not to get involved in it. We should be picking him. He should be. Where's this guy? But I did. I kind of just, where's Bellerin? Because I would have liked to have seen him got more minutes and have a better look at him. I feel bad. Eddie Nketiah. I can see why people get frustrated with him or don't rate him. I don't think he's a particularly good footballer. He's a very good goal scorer. He has a knack for being in the right place at the right time most of the time. When you think of like the average, I think he's like his average yardage per goal is like 5 yards. The problem with him is playing in that lone striker thing, and it's a similar thing that the problem with Lacazette has. Playing the way as isolated as he is, and the way that Arteta wants that centre forward to play, he's not quite quick enough to play over the break. He's not quite tall enough to be a target man. He's not quite strong enough to be a hold-up man. And he's not a good enough footballer to bring others into the game. He is your perpetual fox in the box. Like I think Nketiah and Lacazette, I think both of them would have flourished in a traditional 4-4-2, big man, small man pairing up front, maybe. You know, with them guys feeding off knockdowns and you know, a bigger player playing them through on goal and doing their dirty work for them. How long would you last? I generally don't know. I mean, like, it's, you know, see how it goes, like, say, deeper into the season, because I don't think there's, like, it hasn't been anything where it's like, oh my God, he's absolutely terrible, he's shocking, or he's missing a load of chances. Because we're not actually getting a lot of touches in the opponent's box. I saw a stat from Obinio today where it was saying, like, the amount of touches we'd had in the opponent's box, we were like 11th in the league for most touches in the box. And if you're a player who thrives on getting touches in the box and you know, being on the end of and sniffing out chances, if the ball's not coming into the box and the ball, you're not getting the supply and the chances, your goal scoring stats are always going to be terrible. But yeah, to answer the question, I would say, mate, give him the rest of this year kind of thing as backup to Lacazette and kind of see what happens. You know, maybe the end of these, like you said, these last couple of games, maybe give Bellerin a go, see how he gets on.
Yeah, kind of agree with that. Because we're using StreamYard and we're not using OBS, there's our Nick. Our Nick has subscribed using subscribed for 2 months. Have you paid for that again, Nick? That's a little bit like me paying for it. You should use your free. I'll get all of ours to use it. Have you got Amazon Prime?
I do, yes.
Have you given it to us?
No, I did ask you about this last time, and you said,
"Oh, blame me."
Yeah, I'm totally blaming you, and you went, "Oh yeah, I'll explain it to you," and you never did. And yeah, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it.
Fair enough. Another question. Actually, we'll go. I'll ask K-Mans in a second. So let's go over a couple of the goals. My notes are 15 minutes. We look a little bit busy down the right. Pepe not having much luck. 22nd minute, Leno wants the ball from Luiz. Luiz gives it to him. Leno takes his time, hoofs it down to the halfway line, dead centre of the pitch almost. A Molde player gets it, passes it quickly to another Molde player, and the bloke who has it has a little bit of ring-a-ding-ding, has a shot, goes into Leno's bottom right-hand corner. Great goal. Actually, I wasn't looking at the telly when that went in because that's how my life works. I was busy getting annoyed with my cats for laying underneath me because that's where the heat comes from. No, the heat comes from over there. Not well. I suppose some heat does come from underneath me, but that's not the point I'm making. Yeah, whose fault was that? Leno's fault, or just bad luck, or just really good eye from that player who decided to have a pot shot?
A little bit from column A, a little bit from column B. It was. He didn't have much on. I know they were in the commentary. They were slating him for going long. I didn't have a problem with him going long because the players around there were fairly marked. There wasn't a massive amount of options open for him that wouldn't have put another player under pressure. The problem is because we went long when we weren't kind of ready for it. We were very, very fragmented. It was one of the few times in the game that we had big spaces between our attack, midfield, and our defenders, and we just kind of then got caught. And I don't think he expected the guy to shoot. I sometimes on an occasion I have a propensity of playing in goal on a Sunday, in my Sunday league games, and that's happened to me before, in the sense of I'm not expected someone to have a crack from there, and I've kind of been caught off guard. And I think that's exactly what happened, which you can square away if it happens with me on a Sunday at goals at Power League. But when it happens to your first team goalkeeper, professional goalkeeper, it's not ideal. So yeah, that's definitely one that Leno will not look back on with a lot of fondness.
Oh, I don't really care. He does so much good, and everyone's entitled. When Xhaka does that, we go, "Oh, magnificent!" When Xhaka used to score goals like that, or other players do, so it's not really a problem. Moving on a little bit, 35th minute, I've put Willian and Pepe have changed sides and still not getting any luck. 40th minute, They are passing the ball about, breaking us down. It's like a Norwegian Barcelona at times. They were holding on to the ball really well, and they were, I think, like one of the commentators said, they've got nothing to lose. They're going out there because they know unless they get something from tonight, they're not going to win the group. So they were quite impressive at times, weren't they?
Yeah, like I said at the top of the show, I thought they were better than a lot of people giving them credit for. That's not what I want to say. But I thought technically they were very, very good. I thought they passed the ball well. They passed the ball with speed, and they worked really, really hard. And I think that kind of bore out in later on towards the end of the game where they were out on their feet, which is, you know, why we piled on the rest of the goals. But yeah, they like I said, they were decent. They had some zip to what they were doing. It's just that they did not really have a goal threat up front, which was why they're second in their league and not doing as well as they should be.
Okay, next note I've got is, it's not like they are closing us down or tightly marking us. We just look so indecisive when we have the ball in the last third. It's like everyone is looking to everyone else to be the one that makes it the decision to attack. Very frustrating, that, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of standing around and a lot of, you know, and because one of the things that frustrates me about Arsenal when it's of recent late is, you know, you see him get the ball, and a little bit of this is because they are, you know, like I said, the Nielsen 2.0s, as you said earlier. The fact that, you know, we'll get the ball in an advanced area and then we'll turn backwards and like take the safer option, but we'll turn backwards. And one part of it is because, you know, people like Kolasinac don't really have it in their locker to pick out that magic ball or anything like that. But the other thing is, nothing's happening in front of them. There's nobody in front of them that's moving. Everybody's kind of stationary and static in that final third. And I think that was kind of prevalent a little bit in the first half. You know, and you see it as soon as they get the ball, Pepe's having to check back onto his left foot, and then he's getting doubled up, and all he can do is go backwards to Maitland-Niles, who's then going to go back to. And it was just, you know, it wasn't as progressive as it could be.
Righto. This is the goal that they scored. I put offside for fuck's sake. Pepe took a long time to cross the ball. Eddie and Willock both got there at the same time. It looked like Willock scored, but it was Eddie, and Eddie wasn't offside, so it was actually a goal. So we were mugged off by VAR again, weren't we?
Yeah, so I mean that's probably one of the, because you don't have the VAR in the Europa League, do you?
No.
Well, at least not at this stage. I don't know if they're going to bring it in later, but you know, if we had VAR, which I like the idea of VAR. I just don't like how it's used in its current format, but we could have had it done. We could have done with it in that instance, and you know that in a sense is the kind of goal and the kind of thing that you'll get out of Eddie Nketiah. You know, what, it was inside the 6-yard box. That's where the guy comes alive. That's where he thrives, and he's able to sniff out these chances. But if you're not getting enough of those balls knocked into the box, he's not really going to do anything. But yeah, it was a bit. I could see why the ref, you know, the lino flagged him for offside, because you couldn't really see who had really touched it. It might look like Willock had touched it, and he was offside.
And even when you look at the replays, it looks like they both got the same foot to the same ball at the same time. So there's no way that a referee or the linesman could have seen that, even if they really wanted to. So here we go, 45th minute, break on the edge of the box. Pepe to Willian. Willian runs with it. Xhaka is the furthest forward player. Decent bit of play here from Xhaka. He manages, with players either side of him and the goalkeeper ready to grab hold of him, he holds the ball up, plays it wide to Eddie, who passes it sideways with his trailing foot, so almost like a backwards sideways kick. I don't even know if that's some kind of move in FIFA. And he manages to do that in a straight line into the on-running Willock, and Willock taps it in. But as he taps it in, it hits one of their players' own goal. Great work by Xhaka, first of all, who I'm always very quick to have a moan about. Great ability to him to hold the ball up. Great ability to get the ball to to Eddie.
Okay.
And great work from Eddie to get. How the hell did Eddie know how to do that? We're always moaning that he's a small boy playing a man's game, but wow, that was skill.
It was very, very impressive. I thought Xhaka had ballsed it up, which I guess shows how much I know, kind of thing. I thought he needed to play that ball earlier, but he did well. He held on to the ball and to try and get the players along with him, and then play that pass in. I was so impressed with Willock. Willock's desire. Like if you see on the replay, when you see it from behind the goal, you see him absolutely busting a gut to get in the box, get past his defender, go beyond the defenders to get in that box. And he did the same thing for his goal against Dundalk last week, and it's that commodity that I don't know who coined it, but I loved it. That false 8 commodity that he almost seemingly uniquely in our squad. There's not many other midfielders that we have that has the ability or the want or the drive to do what he does. What does that say? Danny's pro Swedish and anti-Niger shining through.
Actually, someone, a friend of mine, Christopher Herland, who is Norwegian, has just tweeted me. He just put a picture of Paul Lyderson and said, "Who is this?" So I put, "Paul." He says, "Why? Was disappointed your pod wasn't named the Lyderson Wonderland pod." So there you go. So he's giving grief about the Norwegians as well. I like all of Scandinavia.
Didn't that transfer get George Graham the sack?
Well, yeah, kind of. What's his name? Not George Mendes. That's the modern scumbag. Anyway, I can't remember his name, but there's quite a few of them. They're all at it, Stigging beyond be at Liverpool, and there was another one at Blackburn, and they're all at it. They just decided to make an example out of George Graham and ruined him. There you go. Do you remember where hello. Kayan's here, as usual, been really happy from Jamaica. Hello, Jamaica. I bet it's not 4 degrees outside in Jamaica. Oh, here we go. Hambo's got it. Runhag, scumbag.
That's the fella.
Not you, Hambo. You've that's 2 winners for you tonight. Right, let's move on. I forgot where we were. So at halftime, it's 1-1 at halftime, isn't it? Yep. No halftime changes. Would you have made any changes?
No, not massively. I think no, not really. I'm not a big massive fan of making lots of changes at halftime generally, but no, I wouldn't have had any changes. We'd managed to get a goal back, just on the stroke of halftime. That's usually a good barometer, and that normally gives the team a lift. At least give them another 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, see how they get on. But I wouldn't have made any changes. Would you?
Yes, I would have taken off Eddie, and I would have brought on Lacazette, and I'd have taken off Kolasinac, and I'd have put on Tierney. Basically, I'd have done all the moves that we did later on in the game, with the exception I would have had. I would have added Lacazette on there because we needed goals. But that's why I'm not a manager in Mikel is, because we won 4-1. Sai and Vesh is there, you sneaky, cheeky monkey. I've seen you on Twitter. I've got the podcast to follow you. He was hiding. We found him. K-Man did have a question, but he's messaged us and said, don't bother asking the question because we now know that Nelson was injured. I can't see any... there you go. This looks like a new person. Ismail Benuja. Good God. What if I got that right? That'd be a pissing miracle. Saka and Pepe were combining very well. Should play together in a 3 with Alba in the middle. You've been a filthy boy bringing up... I say a boy. Probably a boy. I don't know. We had an Ismail at Arsenal, and he was a boy. Benaka. He's doing quite well for him. So isn't it AC Milan now? Or is it PSG?
I think it's PSG.
Somewhere. It's not at Arsenal.
PSV, isn't it?
Same thing. PSG, PSV.
I can't remember.
Hold on. Thunder Roads put getting in with his cats equals shagging enthusiasm.
Euphemism.
I can't even say it, let alone. There we go. It's a question from Noza. She's saving the day. I know there was a COVID, but how patient can we be with Pepe? I'm running out of it myself. How long will we have to wait? And do you think he's ever going to come good? Because it's been a season and a half virtually now, hasn't it? Or season and a third.
Yeah, he's so frustrating. I find myself get so frustrated with Pepe, because you can see that there's something there. You want him to do more, but he doesn't seem to be. I want him to be more aggressive, is what I'm trying to say, and he's not that. He seems very chilled and laid back and and that's not the temperament I want. I want him to, rather than check back and slowly, thingy, I want him to knock the ball 5 yards and just absolutely blitz the defender. I want him to do a step over, nutmeg the thing, and just go past players. I want him to attack the defender, and he very rarely does it, which I find really, really annoying. And then just when I start to get titsed off with his terrible fucking crosses and losing the ball, he then sticks one in the old onion bag and gets a goal. So it's kind of, how much more. End of the season, I think, is going to be the barometer for Pepe. If by the end of this season he's still as inconsistent and unadaptive as he is, then I think we'd have to start looking at maybe moving him on, maybe. So yeah, end of the season. How long would you give him, Danny?
At the end of last season.
End of last season? You would have written him off already.
Yeah. He's never going to do it. You see the look on his face when things go wrong. He's like a child of a smacked arse, rather than someone who's. When you look at the face of Saka when something goes wrong, he looks more determined to make sure it goes right. Pepe doesn't. He looks like, oh God, I've shit the bed again. That's the kind of look. I just had a look. There is 7 Arsenal podcasts live at the moment. So thank you very much to all 104 of you who we are your podcast of choice. For that, I will go and put something special for your letterbox. I won't. And it won't be poo like I put through your letterbox, so you can stop that face.
It'll be pizza rolls.
Yes. Yeah, I've had enough of him. He's never going to work out. Wasn't outfitted by the bloke who did buy him's left the club as manager. The bloke who organised the deal, he's gone, and the bloke who did the contract, he's gone. So it's just a matter of time until we, like Josh said, until he goes off to play in the Russian Premier League or something, or goes and plays in the Middle East or somewhere like that, because he's never going to make it at Arsenal. Sad, but Mike Hurt, another YouTube member, has put, love Danny's honesty, and I like your podcast. Not another Arsenal podcast. Talking of a new podcast, there you go. The Gooner Crack podcast, CRAIC. Go onto YouTube. I was on there last night, me and Owen, and I was at top 5 of about 5 different subjects, and I was incredibly mean to Vieira and Henri. And if you want to know why, go to YouTube, find the Gooner Crack podcast, go and listen. You'll enjoy it. Right, where were we? We have been doing for 32 minutes. Right, I'm going to quickly go through the rest of the goals. 61st minute, great work by Willock. Willian out wide into Willock, who taps it to Xhaka, who lifts it over the defence, and it looks like Willock is either going to fall over, get brought down, or just trip over. But he doesn't. He gets on with it. He gets to the byline, manages, just like just like Eddie did, he manages to somehow, while going forward, pass it sideways and backwards a little bit across the front of the goal. Bang, hits one of their defenders, goes in. Willock, magnificent display, wasn't it?
Yeah, like I say, there's very few of our midfielders that are players that have that drive to do with it. I can't praise the boy enough. He's been, I know it's only Dundalk and it's only Molde, but you can only play what's in front of you, and he's been really, really good. He's definitely enhanced his chances, going forward. Which, and I was quite surprised that he didn't make the at least the Man United squad the other day. But he was really, really good endeavour and drive and fight. I was really, really pleased for Willock. He's like I say, he's doing everything that's asked of him. You can't complain.
K-Man's put a point here. Pepe's European record, 9 games, 4 goals, 4 assists. But the Europa League isn't a good measure of how good a player is, though, is it? We want him to be good for Premier League.
That's what I'm talking about, in the sense of, like, in the main, Pepe's been kind of crap in the main, but his goal contribution is really decent. It's like I said, that's not bad. That, let's say, 4 goals, 4 assists. It's let's say it's just everything else is, and I say, and I don't necessarily think it's a bad player. Maybe it's just a wrong fit. It's just, the structured, slow build up that we have doesn't suit his game, maybe. So maybe it's not so much he's a bad player. It's just it's not quite the right fit at the minute. How structured that Arteta needs the team to be, because of the players we had, because of the defenses we had, just doesn't suit his game. Where I think I never saw big chunks of him in France, but I would imagine he likes playing off the cuff and counter-attacking football, where he has the bit of freedom to kind of almost go where he wants, where sticking on the wing, getting chalk on his boots is not his game, maybe. I don't know.
Kind of, yeah, you've got a point. I'm just mean and grumpy. So that was then 2-1, 69th minute. Eddie and Saka on the left-hand side, running them lot ragged. Saka low crosses it to Pepe, who calmly spanks it home. Really good effort there from Pepe, and he took his time and he did it well, and he got a goal, which is like we were just saying. It's good to see. You never know. I reckon if he cost 20 million quid, I wouldn't be fucking moaning. Much like I wouldn't be moaning if Ozil was on 50k a week. I wouldn't care. So maybe it's just me, not them. But nice to see Eddie and Pepe do that, because he's as soon as he scored that, you could see that he upped his game. That goal made him happy, and then him being happy made him a little bit freer, didn't it?
I think it was also a bit of a heartbreaker for Molde. I think when that goal happened, their energy and everything just fell off a cliff. Lovely assist from Saka, and the amount of fucking times that Kolasinac was in a similar sort of position, and he hit the first man. One of Saka's first contributions, he gets an assist. That little Chile he's a magic little player. I love him.
Very good. That's the next point I made. I put, see, as soon as Saka comes on to play on the left, the magic starts. Where's on the left or the right? He played on the left. Kola has no place at this club, no matter what. Although he stayed on the pitch, there's no creativity from Kola. Never has been. There's never going to be. 80th minute. Saka was so far offside, he was in the next postcode. Good attacking football, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
87th minute, we pressure them into their own corner. We almost bullied them. They didn't know what to do. It's like Mike Tyson cornering someone and giving them a good beating. They were on the ropes, and then someone managed to kick it back, or maybe they passed it out, or we passed out to El Neni, the Egyptian wizard, and he managed to pass it in the outside the what's the semicircle thing called on the edge of the box. The D, that's what he did. Pepe was round about the D. He slips it through onto an on-running Willock, who, for me, man of the match, scores easily. So great play there from Pepe. Great vision from El Neni. Great goal from Willock. Great way to finish the game off, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. And that's that that unstructured play where he's got loads of space and time when he comes in the centre. But I mean, that goal was absolutely made by the Egyptian Perlo. Papyrusing over the cracks of the early rubbish game.
Indeed it was, yeah. So according to Opta on whoscored.com, the man of the match went to absolutely nobody because they haven't highlighted it. Okay, Pepe got a 9, 1 goal, 1 assist. Willock got an 8.1, 1 goal. No one else got anywhere close to any of that lot. So who would you give your man of the match to?
Oh, Willock all day long.
Yeah, me too.
All day long.
Yeah. So, whoscored.com are wrong. People in the chat, who would you put down as your man of the match? Then I'll highlight it if you put it in there. So our next show is going to be on Sunday. Who are we playing on Sunday?
Villa.
It's the battle of the goalkeepers. Expect Martinez and Leno to be oiled up to the nipples in the centre circle at half time, beating the fuck out of each other with rubber ducks to see who really is the king.
Now
of
that I'd pay $14.95.
There we go. Thunder Rover has put Big Dick Willock. He's his man of the match. Sam Roof, our new member, has put Colo, the new Gunnosaurus for the remainder of his contract. Formerly Noza has put Willock. Mike Hertz has put Xhaka had a good game. Well, we showed in the second half some good composure. Kayan has put great game. People expected us to just roll over teams, but we played the intelligent game. We did. Anyone else got any man of the match things you're going to put in there? There's nearly 100 of you. Come on. There's only 4 of you have done it. I'm sitting here. Oh yeah, Sam has put Willock. K-Man has put own goal man of the match. 2. He had a great game. He scored 2. Can't remember the last time he scored 2 goals. So I wonder what's the most own goals teams ever scored in top flight professional football. There's a question for you.
Get a Benio on that one.
Nambi Annette says, Kongs, my favourite Arsenal team. So happy. Hi, guys. Kongs. Oh, congratulations. Thank you. Yeah. Dijan Buljin has said, Kolasinac, you're a very bad person. You can get away. Kayan has put Willock. Formerly Noza, own goal played really well. Phil Macker has come out of retirement at the age of 51 and says, Willock all day long. Well, you could be the next manager of Wales because currently you don't have a manager, do you, Phil? Scumbags. Subsistence says, man of the match, the Kolasinac miss.
Oh, Jesus, I couldn't believe that. Holy smokes.
K-Man, he was brilliant. Expected him to get his hat trick. And 65283142883 says Mustafi. You can get lost, sir.
Mike Hertz, be a Mustafi bot, that one.
Mike Hertz has said, Rowe injured. I don't think we know. Sai, who's been sneakily hiding on Twitter, says Willock. Phil Macker says, I ain't Welsh, you muppet. I thought you said you're in Wales. Oh, no, you're not. You're in Norwich, aren't you? You're the other one. You're why we can't have Nick on because you're using the internet tonight, Phil. Sorry. Who was it? There was someone at the beginning of the show. So they're going to come out of retirement. Who was it? It probably buggered off now. They probably had enough of it. It's no, I can't remember who it was. Well, if you're there, you can be manager of Wales. Forgot to breathe. That's always a bad thing. What else have we got to discuss? Yeah, on Sunday, Aston Villa game. Let's go and have a look at my thing. It's going to be. Oh, I haven't got it down. I've gone straight to Tuesday's podcast. Well, there you go. It's going to be me and somebody else. Oh, here we go. Julian Salmondo is in Wales. Of course, no, he's not. He's in South America.
And outed Jason.
Has he outed him?
Oh, my goodness.
Done him over. Archangel, how shit is Kolasinac? Hambo is outed. I don't know what that means. And Phil's finishing it off with, I said, coming out of retirement to replace Pepe. Oh, there, that's what you were going to do. I'm getting all confused now. So, here we go. Cayenne's coming in with some... Cayenne's in Jamaica. There's 2 people in here, isn't there? Oh, no, they said it earlier. There's someone else who regularly comes in here. There's also in Jamaica. Anyway, can't remember who it is.
Roast breadfruit and ackee and saltfish.
It might be
delicious.
No, it's not Ray Anderson. There's someone else with a long name. Anyway, I don't know about that. And formerly knows, imagine a management team of John Terry and Ryan Giggs. Everyone would stay at home with their wives, wouldn't they? Because they wouldn't want to leave the houses because they'll be straight round there during half time.
That's the devil's dugout, that is, isn't it?
Oh dear! Right, we're dribbling on now. I've completely forgot to arrange Sunday's podcast live show. So as a general, it's going to be me with somebody else. If they could turn up, you never know, it might be John again because he only gets 1 day off a week, so he might turn up. Oh, here we go.
Is Sunday the is that a pay-per-view game?
They've cancelled all the pay-per-view games, haven't they?
I think they're not going to do any more at the minute, but I think they've still got the ones that people have played for.
No idea. 7:15. So we've got a way around that. So if any of ours need to watch it, they can. We've got certain ways of.
Please don't pay the $14.95. Give it to Islington Giving instead.
No. Here we go. Avon says Smith Rowe has a shoulder injury. Phil Macker just need Donny Depp for the Wankers trio. And Anne finishes off with "Have a blessed night, Jamaican Gunners." What better way to close the show than that? So thank you very much, everybody, for watching us and putting up with this drivel for 45 minutes. Thank you very much to you, Richard, for doing a 45-minute show when I said it would be half an hour.
Thanks for having me, Dan. Always a pleasure.
Are you off to Beddington now?
I am indeed. I've got an early shift in the morning. Bloody hospital.
Sweet dreams.
So
we will see you next time you're available. Thank you very much for watching. Go and follow and, I don't know, subscribe and do all the other shit you meant to do because I've forgotten it all. And we will see you later. Bye-bye.